we are going through, we just started to go through compassion practices. In the past month, we went through different aspects, different concentric circles of metta, loving kindness. And now we're moving to the next Brahma Vihara, heavenly abode practice, which is compassion, karuna. And as we're going through the concentric circles of this cultivation, tonight we'll turn our attention to cultivating compassion, care for a benefactor of ours, someone who has been there for us, who's supported us, maybe a teacher, maybe a coach, maybe a parent, um, or maybe even a friend who's been there for us in some way. The person we're going to consider today doesn't need to be our primary benefactor. They could be, but someone who's been in that role in some way supported us. And you all know what I mean by benefactor. If you don't, type it in chat and I'll explain. But basically, someone who's had a supporting role of some kind for us. And with compassion, we'll bring to mind um, something it is challenging for them right now, or maybe one aspect of their life, maybe their health, maybe their relationship, work, finance, something, one aspect that's a little challenging. And we work on cultivating compassion, um, wishing them ease from this challenge, from this suffering in this way. So, the practice of compassion, as I've said it before, and it bears repeating, is when metta, which is loving kindness, which is just kindness, goodwill, it meets suffering. So when suffering is held by kindness and care, this combination is called compassion. So there are near enemies and far enemies in this practice called there could be sense of pity. Oh, poor you. This would never happen to me. That's when there is a sense of, oh, there is an uh, lack of equality in the perception. Whereas with compassion, for it to stay compassion and not become pity, we have the sense of, oh, this could be me. This could be me. This is a common human condition. This could be me. This could be me in the future. It could be me in the past. I could have been born into this. So not to have a sense of, oh, poor you, you're suffering or you've been suffering, but a sense of common humanity. And I'll talk about the other, maybe I'll talk about one more, what's called near enemy, which is empathic distress, empathetic distress. When we, in this equation of suffering plus goodwill, two of them together make compassion. If we lean too heavily into the suffering, then there could be a sense of empathic distress and grief. There's not enough kindness to support it. That's actually what a lot of people mistake compassion for when they say, oh, compassion is sad, it's heavy. It's not supposed to be. They're mistaking this empathic distress for compassion, which is like, oh, you're just feeling the sadness. There's not enough goodwill, care, love shining, holding it that can really balance. So again, if you veer into empathic distress, it's not a sin. It's okay. Just notice it and bring more kindness, bring more goodwill, bring more care to yourself in that moment, because you're the one who's suffering in that moment, trying to cultivate compassion. So as long as you bring kindness and care, you're doing this practice right.